It's PawPaw again. Well, today what I'm doing is I'm doing the next step in the assembly of my 4 foot by 8 foot Harbor Freight trailer, 1,700 and something pound capacity. And what I'm doing is a step that is not required by the book. It's just required by me. And what I mean by that is I'm going to take this little 4.5 inch grinder I bought at Harbor Freight, and I'm going to go down here on a bunch of these joints where this thing is put together. See, it's just bolted together. And what I want to do is grind me some spots there and there and right on down the road. I mean there, you know. I want to weld this thing together so that we don't worry about these bolts vibrating loose and you end up with the trailer on the side of the road or in pieces. One of my viewers told me that he saw one of these fall apart on the interstate in Arizona. He just come apart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld this. I bought some red paint from Tractor Supply. It's their tractor and implement paint, which I really like. And that's what I'll use to cover up my welds. Also, I bought 1x6 deck boards to put on here. I also have some expanded metal to put on to make a non-slip traction area for my lawnmower tires to go up on. And I will be packing the bearings with grease. You'll be seeing that in the video as well. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get down here. I'm gonna run this grinder. There's no reason. I'll show you one, and then I'm not gonna bore you with making you watch me grind every one of these spots, okay? Matter of fact, I think I've got me grinding that one right yonder. I'll just edit that into this, okay? So when I come back, I'll have all my spots ground that I want to grind off, and then we'll be getting ready to weld, okay? We'll be back in a few minutes. Well, be back in a few seconds for you. Okay, so what I've done is real simple. I've gone around, you see I grounded there and there. Also these plates down here at the bottom, there, and way back there, and the same thing on the other side. Now I didn't go overkill with this. I mean, I could have welded the whole thing together, you know, up and down all the I-beams and stuff like that, but we do have bolts in it. I'm hitting it there on both sides. So I'll get this welded, get my welder in here, and we'll see what it looks like. You may have heard me say before that I really like this automatic darkening helmet thing right here. Because I look through it, it's just like looking at it through like green sunglasses. But whenever I go to weld, then it turns dark. It's sweet. I really like it. I like it a lot. Whoa, I bet that thing will run better if I plug it in. Well, here's a helpful hint. If you have an outside power panel, it sure is handy. Drop right out of there with a receptacle. Sure, and no, I ain't putting it on no damn GFI breaker like it's supposed to be. Hate them damn things. Well, got all tacked together where I wanted to do it, and now it's just a matter of cleaning the weld up a little bit, shooting some paint on it, and then I'm going to bolt these boards on there. I will tell you this, had I noticed this when I was first building this trailer, I might have turned the cross members over, because it appears that a lot of them have a bunch of bolts or bolt holes drilled in them that would be nice for your lumber. But I didn't. I followed exactly the instructions, so there you have it. Anyway, let me get these welds cleaned up and I'll shoot a little paint on them. I thought I'd show this to you. This is called a flap disc. This particular one is 60 grit. Basically, as you can see, it's a whole bunch of pieces of sandpaper. And instead of using a grinding wheel to grind on those welds, I'm using this, and it's not bouncing. It's doing a sweet job of cleaning these welds up. I'll let you see this in action here. I'm really liking this. It's my first time to use one. I've never used a flap disc before. But you'll see that my grinder's not going to be bouncing on me. I really do like this flap disc. This right here, it took all that little slag, you know, like hard ashes. Those of you know that weld, you know what I'm talking about. It takes slag off. But I really like this. I mean, just touch it and that stuff is gone, instead of beating it to death with a welding hammer. So this came in a pack of 10. This flap disc came in a pack of 10 discs in Harbor Freight for $8.99. It had the cut-off wheels, it had the grinding wheels, and three different grits of paper for the flap disc. All right, well, I'm gonna spray some paint. We'll be back. Well, I got down here and I spray painted all the welded spots with my favorite paint. It's from Tractor Supply. It's Tractor, Truck, and Implement spray paint. This particular color is New Holland Red. And let's see if I can show you what it looks like now that I'm done painting. It don't look too bad. Most all of it's going to be covered up anyway. I mean, it's going to have boards bolted on top. But it blends in pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's a good paint, and it will last. Well, right here you can really tell that it doesn't really match real good. But again, it's going to be covered with lumber. And I didn't worry about if I sprayed a little thick, got a little run here and there, because the idea behind painting this was to protect it from rusting. It wasn't to make it look real pretty. It was just to protect it. Alright, so my next step will be to get my lumber bolted on here. And once we do that, then I might make some sideboards. Alright, we'll be back. Have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye.